It is Monday, January 15th, and this is The National.
Tonight, it's a story that made headlines, even got the Prime Minister talking. A young girl reportedly attacked on her way to school, her hijab cut. Now, police say it never happened.
What does going legal really mean? As Canada prepares for legalized pot, we take you inside 3 cannabis companies to reveal the opportunities and challenges in a special report.
But we begin in Vancouver and fallout from a brazen weekend shooting that's left the city seeking answers and an innocent teenager dead.
My message to the family is this: we will not ever be able to fully comprehend your grief, but the Vancouver Police Department will do whatever it takes to seek justice for your son.
From the moment he was shot, it was a desperate fight for the 15-year-old. He was on life support until today. Another innocent passerby was hurt, and the 23-year-old man who police believe was the intended target has died. It's a terrible outcome to a situation police still know very little about. The shooter or shooters are still on the loose. Here's Briar Stewart now on the young man caught tragically in the crossfire.
My heart goes out to the family of the 15-year-old boy. They were having a normal Saturday night evening out with family, and now they are grieving for their son.
It should have been a typical drive home. The boy was sitting in the back seat of his parents' car. They were coming back from a dinner out when it all went suddenly and horrifically wrong.
So I was right at the corner down there, and I was looking back at my friend when he went to get his bag. And
Brian Zawada was walking in the area Saturday night after just finishing up band practice.
And just hear some gunshots firing, right? And look up to my right and just see this guy just running across the street intersection right here, just firing off a couple shots.
Police believe it was a targeted shooting. 23-year-old Kevin Whiteside was shot and later died. He was well known to police, and court documents showed that he faced numerous charges before, including trafficking, robbery, and assault with a weapon. No arrests have been made, and police are appealing for witnesses. The deadly shooting played out on one of Vancouver's busiest streets.
In a blink of an eye, everything changes. And I know how it does, because in a blink of an eye, it changed for us.
Eileen Mohan knows the pain the 15-year-old's family is going through. Her 22-year-old son, Christopher, was shot and killed. He was another innocent person who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught up in the notorious Surrey 6 killings.
Every day I go back home alone to an empty home. And this should never have happened to anybody and should never happen to anybody. Knowing about this boy, that another parent, another family will have a missing person in their life.
She says when you have people that brazenly commit crimes on city streets, no one in the community should feel immune to violence. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Vancouver.
Now, while gun violence is an issue in the Lower Mainland, shootings like this are somewhat rare. They do happen, though, and we've seen some high-profile cases both in Vancouver and across the country.
Vancouver is a safe city, and this is an anomaly in the sense that it's been many, many years since we've had a shooting like this in Vancouver where an innocent person's been hit.
The last case in Vancouver was back in 2004 outside a nightclub. 2 people in their early 20s, Rachel Davis and Richard Hui, were shot and killed. Davis was trying to break up a fight when she was caught in the crossfire. A year later, Boxing Day 2005 in Toronto, a 15-year-old, Jane Kreba, was shot dead on a busy street when rival gangs opened fire. Another high-profile Toronto case, the Danzig shootings, left 2 people dead, including a 14-year-old. Cheyenne Charles and Joshua Yassé were killed, and 20 more innocent bystanders wounded at a block party. And 1995, at just 11 years old, Daniel Desrochers became an innocent victim of Quebec's biker gang war. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, just playing with a friend when a car bomb went off. So tragic, but not unprecedented. Let's turn to Toronto now. And Ian, you have a big twist in a story we told you about last Friday.
Well, Andrew, it seems so disturbing. Police said that a man attacked a young girl cutting her hijab as she walked to school. It triggered an outpouring of sympathy and condemnation, but now police say that story wasn't true.
When investigators had all the evidence that they'd gathered, they looked at it, they tested it, and they came to the conclusion that the events on Friday simply didn't happen.
From alarm to false alarm. And now there's concern about what impact this may have on genuine hate crimes. Ron Charles explains.
Everyone took the schoolgirl's tale of a frightening attack on these streets very seriously. CBC News is no longer identifying her out of concern for her well-being, but here's what she described Friday.
Sadly, someone insulted me by cutting my hijab 2 times.
Media crammed into her school's library to hear from school board officials, police, and her mother.
I came to the school right away. I'm just so happy she's safe.
The story drew international attention and outrage. At a news conference on other matters, the Prime Minister expressed his concerns.
My heart goes out to the young girl who was attacked, seemingly for her religion.
Toronto police called it a hate crime and promised a thorough investigation. But by this morning, detectives had determined the girl's story was just that.
They sat down, they looked at all the evidence they had, and they reached the conclusion that what was said to have happened simply didn't happen.
In a statement today, the Prime Minister's office was thankful and relieved the attack didn't happen, but also appealed for real hate crimes to be taken extremely seriously. That's what Sabrina Ghaffar Siddiqui says she's hoping for. The hate crimes researcher warns against being distracted by this one false case.
Just because this one particular story is not real, it doesn't mean that the other stories are not real. So let's not forget that we need to still work on, anti-Islamophobia and trying to combat anti-Muslim hate.
She also worries about the young girl.
I'm very afraid of the backlash she will receive and the community will receive further, because now people are going to be angry that, she lied.
As for what happens next, police would only say the case is officially closed. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
You may be wondering, how did an incorrect story get so much uncritical coverage? It's a question many of us were discussing in the newsroom today, and it came down to a couple of things. The disturbing details of the story got our attention, and Toronto police released this information without any suggestion that they weren't confident it was true. Here's a look at how the story developed. The first notice we got of this story was just after 9:30 Friday morning, when Toronto police tweeted out that a young girl had been attacked by a man with scissors.
I believe the young girl is with officials right now.
Just before 11 o'clock, Toronto police tweeted there were 2 victims, but at 11:03 they issued a correction, stating there was only 1. By now, reporters had gathered at the school, and that prompted the Toronto District School Board to quickly organize a news conference. It started at about 10 to 1. It included the young girl describing what happened.
I felt the man, and I turned around and I saw him with his scissors, and he ran away.
By 1:20, a spokesperson for Toronto police arrived, and at this point, not only was the public being told a young girl had been the victim of what appeared to be a hate crime, but that the suspect was still at large.
It's startling, it's disturbing, it's nerve-wracking. Young kids coming to school shouldn't have to face this.
Next update on this story came 3 days later, this morning, when Toronto police said it had now concluded the incident never happened.
There was the little girl saying what happened to her, there was the little boy who said he saw the whole thing, and then there was the mother who was reacting as well. Who along that line was lying?
I'm not going to go into specifics. What is significant is that when investigators had all the evidence that they'd gathered, they looked at it, they tested it, and they came to the conclusion that the events on Friday simply didn't happen.
Well, very quickly, there was an online backlash against the 11-year-old girl, her family, and the wider Muslim community.
If you look now at the comments some comments are being made out there. People are using this as examples, for instance, of communities playing the victim card, and I think that's really grossly unfair.
For writer and human rights advocate Amira El-Gawabi, the fact this crime wasn't real is cold comfort.
Hate crimes and hate incidents are a reality for far too many minority communities in this country. Muslim, Black communities, Jewish communities, many communities, unfortunately, are suffering from various types of hate.
In recent years, stats suggest the Muslim community has faced more of it. In 2015, reported hate crimes against Muslims jumped 60%. In 2016, that rate was reduced, but not by much. And early in 2017, one crime that targeted Muslims made headlines worldwide. A a shooter who stormed a Quebec City mosque and killed 6 people.
Almost every single day we're seeing some kind of fake news that is stereotyping and marginalizing our communities. And so add this one to that mix of all the types of untrue stories that are out there about our communities. I think people are feeling very beleaguered. We're feeling quite anxious, particularly in the lead up to the anniversary of the terrible tragedy at a Quebec mosque.
Al-Gawabi, for one, is bracing for what comes next. Well, now to a major international story centered here in Canada. Rosemary.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. Delegates from around the world are in Vancouver tonight ahead of a major summit. The focus of the talks, North Korea. But as Katie Simpson tells us, the diplomatic message of this meeting is aimed at a much closer audience.
8,000 kilometers from Vancouver's picturesque shoreline lies the threat at hand. A threat so alarming, officials from 20 allied countries are gathering here to make a united pitch for diplomacy.
She is one of the world's most seasoned diplomats.
To get that conversation started, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister met with her South Korean counterpart ahead of tomorrow's summit. But there is doubt about what impact these talks will have.
We said it is a pernicious, a detrimental meeting, which is our position.
Russia's foreign minister slammed the summit, echoing comments made by the Chinese last week. A senior government official says neither of the influential countries was invited to the meeting, but foreign ministers were asked to take part in a separate briefing after. Still, some say the absence isn't a setback.
We want to think practically. As a group of countries that have for a long time been interested in the events on the Korean Peninsula, about how we can improve prospects for a diplomatic solution.
Increasing pressure includes reviewing sanctions against Kim Jong-un's regime and deciding whether more ships in the region should be stopped at sea and searched.
Inspecting ships that are going in and out of North Korea is important in order to make sure that they're not violating the sanctions.
The meeting comes after an unexpected positive development in the crisis. For the first time in 2 years, the two Koreas spoke, and the North will now enter the Winter Olympics.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Donald Trump has also changed his tone, saying he's now willing to restart diplomatic talks, but only under the right conditions. Trump's words will be welcome here in Vancouver. Part of the reason this whole summit is taking place is to get the White House on board with a more aggressive push for diplomacy. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Vancouver.
Katie mentioned those winter games. They're starting in just 24 days, and those games seem to be accelerating diplomacy more than any summit. Just 2 weeks ago, the two Koreas weren't even talking, but today they met for the second time and made some progress on music. North Korea has agreed to send a 140-member orchestra to play in the South Korean capital of Seoul next month. But more intriguing, one of the 4 North Korean delegates today also heads up an all-female pop group called Moranbong Band, fueling speculation that Kim Jong-un may be sending his favorite band to South Korea. Moranbong is the North's best-known pop group. The women, all handpicked by Kim, are members of the military. They play a mixture of Western pop covers, but also songs praising the Kim regime, so it's not clear how that will go down in the South. Meanwhile, the two Koreas have also agreed in principle to send a joint women's ice hockey team. The proposal still requires International Olympic Committee approval, but it would be a historic moment that the two countries, still technically at war with one another, are brought together under one rink and one team.
I believe that we can make Pyeongchang Winter Olympics as a kind of a turning point in the escalating tension on the Korean Peninsula.
Let's take you to California now, where we're learning more about a deeply disturbing story. Police are investigating a husband and wife suspected of torturing their own children, 13 of them. The couple was arrested yesterday at their home southeast of Los Angeles. The whole thing started unraveling when, according to police, a 17-year-old escaped the house and called 911. Police responded and found the teens' 12 siblings living in deplorable conditions. They say they were dirty, malnourished, and some allegedly shackled to their beds with chains and padlocks. Here's how a neighbor who asked not to be identified described them.
They were all in PJs because it was early in the morning. They were very, very pale skinned, like almost like they've never seen the sun. But I've seen a couple of the older ones, and it was mostly girls, and then kind of small framed, I'd say kind of tiny, almost looked a little malnutritioned.
The children range in age from 2 to 29. All were taken to hospital for treatment. Their parents, 57-year-old David Allen Turpin and 49-year-old Louise Anna Turpin, are in custody on suspicion of torture and child endangerment. Bail has been set for $9 million. Well, a big cleanup with a potential multi-million-dollar price tag is underway across parts of Atlantic Canada tonight. It follows that wicked weekend rainstorm that left behind so much destruction. In Newfoundland, the worst is over, but some states of emergency and boil water advisories are still in place.
It's going to be a 48, 72-hour operation around the clock.
That's David Simmons surveying the damage today, 24 hours after a spectacular road collapse caused by floodwaters cleaved his farm in two. They've also got major work to do at this Newfoundland ski resort where torrential rain triggered a mudslide and deep gouges on a slope.
I feel pretty comfortable right now that we can manage this and get this under control by the weekend.
The weekend's brutal storm damaged homes, washed out main roads, and cut off communities on the island's west coast. The province is reaching out to Ottawa for disaster relief.
I have never imagined anything like this before. It's complete devastation.
Several small communities left isolated and damaged by floodwaters have also declared states of emergency. Corner Brook has since lifted its order, but the city's mayor, Jim Parsons, says they're not out of the woods just yet.
There's going to be a lot of potholes and shoulders of roads and things collapsing, I'm sure, over the next few days.
In New Brunswick, the news was doubly bad for St. Paul de Kent resident Reggie Carrier. He discovered he's underinsured for flooding and won't be able to claim for flood damage to his newly renovated basement.
Around 10,000.
Wow.
Damage. The drywall, the flooring.
More than 100 millimeters of rain drenched parts of his province, leaving hydro crews today scrambling to get everyone back on the grid. Meantime, in Hoyt, south of Fredericton, Mike Levesque stokes the fire in his home. He's been left stranded and stressed as he awaits heart surgery. The only access road for emergency vehicles is blocked. So too is the nearby river. This drone footage helps explain why. An ice jam. And so all that flooding, it's knocked down hydro poles as well, so getting power back up and running has been a big priority. And some people saying they've never seen anything quite like this, what they've seen over the last few days.
Yeah, I know parts of New Brunswick, they regularly get flooding in the spring, but not in the middle of January. So we heard that woman, I think from Newfoundland, talk about how she never imagined it would be like this.
I feel like I won't complain about shoveling this week.
No kidding.
Don't do that.
Well, still ahead on The National, from producing poinsettias to producing pot, Susan Ormston introduces us to the Canadians getting in on the cannabis business in the first story in our special series, Going Legal.
Plus, processed food manufacturers are not making the grade. We'll tell you why guidelines put in place 4 years ago to reduce our salt intake didn't work.
And remembering Dolores O'Riordan. You're welcome for that earworm. Zombie by the Cranberries was one of the biggest alt-rock anthems of the 90s, a massive hit for the band whose singer died suddenly today. Eli Glasner remembers O'Riordan and her connection to this country just ahead.
Okay, we got a lot of bins there.
Our search for food waste began in the bins behind Walmart a year ago.
Hey, David, take a look at this packaged cauliflower. Not even past its best before date.
Week after week, in several stores, we found seemingly good produce, baked goods, dairy products, even frozen food that was still frozen.
This will disgust some people, but it's still good.
I can't believe you
A lot were angry about all that waste. You told us and told Walmart. They have begun to change.
Since you guys visit us, we've reduced our overall food waste, so the food that you see in the bins, by 20%.
We can't verify what's in the bins at every store, but 20% would be substantial. Thousands of pounds of food, driven by changes in the newest stores, cold rooms to keep produce fresh longer, expanding the discounting of packaged foods in advance of the best before date. And then there's this, a big one.
Apples, they might come in a bag where some of the bag is not good, and so we'll take the apples that are good, we'll send them in a $1 bag.
As a big company increasingly takes food waste seriously, down the road a class is learning about how much gets tossed.
What'd you think of that? Bad. Horrible. Disgusting.
These kids surveyed stores, asked managers how things could change.
Hello, Mr. Chair and councilors.
They even pitched the idea of a refrigerated municipal truck picking up food instead of throwing it away.
A grocery store throws out 30 to 45 large bins of perfectly edible food each week, and all these people need help getting food. Why can't that food go on their tables, not in the landfill?
This is, I think, a real demonstration of how everyone can make a difference in this world.
On the National tonight, former hostage Joshua Boyle appeared again by video link in an Ottawa courtroom today. And when asked by the judge if he understood what was going on, he said, quote, "I have no idea." Boyle is facing more than a dozen criminal charges, including sexual assault and unlawful confinement. He was arrested just a couple months after he and his family were freed from years of captivity in Afghanistan. Court records show there are 2 alleged victims, but their identities are protected by a publication ban. The futures of thousands of Canadian workers are up in the air tonight after the collapse of one of Britain's largest construction companies. Carillion plc filed for liquidation today, meaning it'll wind up operations and divvy up its assets. The UK government refused to bail it out, and that very well may have consequences for about 6,000 Canadians who work for the company. A number of Canadian projects might also be up in the air.
The distinctive voice of Dolores O'Riordan of the Cranberries, one of the most popular bands of the 90s. She died suddenly today in London. The cause of her death not yet been announced, but her former bandmates and fans are understandably shaken. Eli Glasner takes a closer look at O'Riordan's life, legacy, and yes, connections to Canada.
In the 1990s, in a sonic sea of rock and grunge, there was nothing that sounded like Dolores O'Riordan. That unmistakable Irish lilt transformed into a cry of pain for the anti-war song Zombie. One of the biggest hits of the Cranberries, one of the biggest bands to ever come out of Ireland, carried by that remarkable voice.
It's rare that there's a female rock singer and her voice was unique. You know, there's not many people that sound like her.
O'Riordan first auditioned for the band with a rough demo of what would become another smash, Linger. Songs like Linger helped the Cranberries sell over 40 million albums in total. The little band from Ireland soon had fans around the globe. Musician Shad still remembers his first encounter.
I remember turning on Much Music and hearing Linger as like a 12-year-old, young guy, and I was listening to a lot of rap music at that time, but just emotionally that just like hit me like a ton of bricks, like wow. But
the pressure of touring and paparazzi were taking a toll. O'Riordan spoke publicly about her struggles with depression.
Basically, I had to go see a bunch of doctors who sent me to a shrink, and the shrink told me, I see lots of famous people and you're not really mad. The world around you is mad. So basically, he said, get the hell out of the planet, go hide somewhere if you can. So I went to Ontario then, and the only thing you have to worry about up there is bears and bear poo.
After marrying her Canadian tour manager, Don Burton, in 1994, O'Riordan bought a family cottage north of Peterborough, splitting her time between Canada and Ireland. The band went on hiatus in 2003 as O'Riordan recorded 2 solo albums. The Cranberries reunited in 2009. New tours and albums followed, including an album of classical interpretations. Today, fans and the remaining band members are expressing their shock at the untimely death of Dolores O'Riordan at the age of 46. Eli Glasner, CBC News, Toronto.
Ahead on The National, the first in a new series into a major change about to happen in this country. Susan Orbison explores the marijuana industry from the farm to store shelves to see what going legal really looks like.
Cannabis is heavily consumed in Canada, and with legalization, cannabis is going to sit alongside the other psychoactives that are in our lives. Coffee, alcohol, and numerous others.
It's not the same as coffee.
Why not? Tell me why it's not the same.
To you, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside.
This has CBD 0.07 and THC of 18.2.
Yeah, that's going to give you a high. That's a weekend special.
That is Susan Ormiston inside an industrial-scale cannabis operation. It is big and getting bigger because Ottawa is expected to make recreational pot legal in the summer, blasting high-intensity lights into what has been a black market. It is a multi-billion-dollar shift that will create winners and losers and raise new questions. We're covering many of those angles on The National starting tonight. Susan profiles 3 Canadians who have fortunes and futures at stake as Canada goes legal.
So we've been in the greenhouse business since 1953. My dad started it. I was never worried
Meet
about...
Cole Cacciavelli. His dad, an Italian immigrant, used to grow flowers here, wholesale, for large grocery chains.
So if you went and bought a poinsettia in Toronto, there'd be a good chance it was from here.
4 years ago, the son, Cole, and a partner took a calculated risk to get into cannabis. Okay, so were you a former doper, Cole?
No, not at all. No, not at all. And when I first got my hands on one of the plants, I always thought you smoked the leaves when we were in high school. I had no idea.
He's got a much better idea now because there are no more flowers. Growing weed is all they do.
Yeah.
What's your goal?
A little over 100,000, about 110.
100,000 kilos?
About 110, actually.
His company in Leamington, southwestern Ontario, is in the middle of a grand expansion, growing the greenhouse space by 10 times to 1 million square feet of pot.
What you see here is 700,000 square feet. There's another 200,000 square feet tucked away in behind that corner.
And why are you doing this? This is a big investment.
This is a huge investment, but we're preparing ourselves for what we hope is going to be the recreational market come July.
What you hope is going to be the recreational market.
Yeah. So we're pretty confident that it's coming, and we want to be ready.
So banish the image of potheads dragging on doobies. This is what going legal looks like. Afria's slogan, we have a good thing growing. So pretty clinical in here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. For contamination, is that what you're...
Absolutely.
Just doesn't feel like a dope den, you know?
Well, you got to wear that right inside.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
The fact we even have to wear hairnets is just one more clue that everything about pot or cannabis is changing. Wow.
Yeah, so again, welcome to the dark side.
Nearly 60,000 square feet in this one greenhouse. That's some grow up. Cole sees pot profit not in the long green leaves we so frequently see in pictures, but here in the bud.
We're either going to make oil out of this, or we're going to use the bud and use it and sell it as a smokable product.
So this is the gold right here.
This is the goal right here.
And you talked about a haze.
If you look at that, you can see a white haze there. They're called trichomes, and that's actually where the medicine is, the CBDs and the THCs. They're actually in that white haze.
I think I have to smoke it before I see the haze.
You certainly see the haze if you smoked it.
So far, Cole's business has been strictly for legal medicinal cannabis. Afria just got a deal to supply Shoppers Drug Mart subject to Health Canada approval. You said your dad uses it now.
Absolutely.
For what?
He uses it for his arthritis. He calls it his lubrification. And he's quite proud to show you how he can move his hands.
Was it a tough sell to tell your dad you're switching from poinsettias to marijuana?
Not really. Again, We strip away that stigma.
But you can't strip away the stigma. Canadians are wondering how this is all going to roll out and whether more people are going to use more dope to get high. That's the fear.
But we have to strip it away. We have to get beyond that, because I can tell you it's much different now today. The money is starting to flow into the science behind what's in this plant.
Cannabis is not a wild weed anymore. Farmers pouring money into it, and Canadian businesses are staking their claim. There's increasing value in these buds. Even more in potent and profitable cannabis oil. Those poinsettias that Cole used to grow, they didn't need to be locked up, but that's where the bud goes to dry, in company vaults. And they're building more.
In these level 9 vaults, we can store up to $32 million worth of product in the level 9 vault.
$32 million worth of cannabis can rest in here.
Absolutely. So right now we have 6 vaults, and we're building 6 more.
Beats chrysanthemums, if you ask me.
It could, maybe.
For so long, pot was hidden away, a secret pleasure. Places like this, smoky cafes where you could enjoy your weed while thwarting authorities. They're still going, fueled by a black market in cannabis that's estimated at more than $6 billion. Toronto's Hotbox Cafe doesn't sell weed, but people come here to smoke or vape, part of the conventional pot culture that is about to change dramatically. Abby Roach, the owner here, has been operating for decades on the fringes of a legal business. Now she'll have to adapt, and she wants a piece of the business opportunity too. Under the current proposed law, you won't be able to operate.
No.
After how many years here?
I've been open for almost 20 years. Currently, we're not technically allowed to operate now as well, but we do, and we serve a public purpose. To me, if you don't include the people who are already in the industry and you choose to alienate them and push them out, then the whole point of legalization fails.
It's just the beginning of everything. There's still way past 6 months until legalization.
Clint Young sells medical cannabis in dispensaries which aren't actually legal in Ontario. In the new world, he wants them to be.
You know, I expected the government to monopolize a side of the market, and rightfully so. They've done that.
Really, rightfully so? Well, I mean, you've been doing it as a business for quite some time. Now they're going to take your business.
Well, I don't think they're going to take my business.
The licensed producers who are legally allowed to grow and sell will have to catch up to what's happening in the underground, right? The underground has bubbled for so long and is so creative that they need to catch, and massive. It's massive. And they need to catch up.
I think the fear's got to stop. And I think that, you know, once all of this kind of settles in the dust, I hope for a fair market. And I don't think it's going to be, it's appearing right now.
So it's not a coffee shop only, so what do you call it?
Well, it was a coffee shop, now it's a lifestyle store, and it's a cannabis lifestyle store.
This is it? Oh, these are cute, these little things.
Yeah, they're great, right? So that's a great example of a well-crafted product, right? Something that you could have in your home and be proud of. But also
welcome to the slick new branding of the cannabis lifestyle.
It's $335.
$335.
Yeah, well,
our vase doubles as a bong.
But it's a necklace.
Beautiful, stylish, high-end products for the consumer, like a vape.
Put your herb inside of the cartridge, press a button to turn it on.
Alan Gertner quit Google to co-found Tokyo Smoke, with 6 stores across Canada expanding to 10 this year.
And it could sit in your home and look like something something normal, special, beautiful.
Why is this word normal keep coming up? Why are you trying to normalize a street drug?
Well, I think it's already normal. And it's not a street drug, right? I mean, cannabis is heavily consumed in Canada. It is a medicine. It is proven to be a valuable medicine. And with legalization, cannabis is going to sit alongside the other psychoactives that are in our lives. Coffee, alcohol, and numerous others.
It's not the same as coffee.
Why not? Tell me why it's not the same.
Tokyo Smoke is on the leading edge, part of a cultural revolution of weed, from the days of reefer madness to now, cool cannabis. These stores can't sell pot, in Ontario anyway, but under new laws might be able to in other provinces.
I, understand as Canadians we might not all align, but this is an opportunity, I think, for us to take a leading position in something that is going to happen anyways.
I'm going to challenge you on the going to happen, because part of the going to happen is entrepreneurs like you saying we're going to make the product so appealing that you're going to use it and buy it more.
Consumption is already high. I don't agree. Consumption is already high. So if you take the government at their word, a huge part of legalization of cannabis is harm reduction. We are already using it.
So this is more feminine, these products here. Alan and his father have raised more than $10 million from investors in 10 months, and they've partnered with Afria, remember the grower, to brand their own Tokyo Smoke pot, 4 different kinds.
So this is what our package of cannabis looks like today. Now, obviously, there's not cannabis in here. In here right now is just tea, but you can see how we're trying to develop thoughtful packaging and thoughtful products in the marketplace.
It's like a tea box with cannabis.
Well, this right now has tea in it, so it is a tea box.
There's a potential huge market here for you.
Right.
Tokyo Smoke cannabis for sale, whether you can sell it here or not.
That's what we hope. Consumers opt into branded experiences. You go to Starbucks, most people don't know where the coffee beans come from at Starbucks, but you buy Starbucks. You buy into a brand, into experience.
Pot's power is about to be unleashed. But in the heady rush towards green gold and the cannabis lifestyle, is Canada ready?
Come on, Susan, why isn't it like coffee? This is a big change and really interesting conversations in there. We have a lot to learn. Among that, what do we call this?
Well, it's funny. I kind of dug myself in a hole on this one because, in previous times, there were 100 names for pot. You probably know a few.
Well, even when we do stories, like, should I say pot? Should I say weed? Like, what do you say?
Marijuana? No.
Not marijuana.
No.
Although I said that earlier.
Activists tell me that it is cannabis, which is the plant. And I got properly schooled on this at the Hot Box Cafe. Clearly, I am out of date on what I call this stuff.
Apparently.
Okay,
Big time.
so, big thanks, Cliff. So, big time. Okay, so dope is out.
I don't mind the word dope, but it's a little out. Yeah.
I could just see her kid when she leaves the room to her friends. You hear her? She called it dope. You'll just have to smoke dope, man.
Okay, so weed? Is that okay?
It's sort of out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So cannabis is in.
Yes.
Cannabis is
and marijuana?
Totally out.
Totally
old-fashioned, racist, get out of here.
Yep,
we don't want
bye-bye.
to hear it. Yeah.
Wow.
So when the states made cannabis illegal, it was because the Mexican farm workers, whatever else not, were smoking cannabis during work, and a way to control them was to make what they loved illegal, right? So they added the word marijuana with the letter H into the law, right? So you had to have a special permit to grow it, but then they didn't give it to anyone, so it just became illegal. So when the Canadian government followed suit, they also adopted the same word. But the original word was from the Mexican word.
Is there a new word that I don't know about?
Well, there's always been slang terms. Yeah, there's always fun like ganja, stuff like that, right? But no, cannabis is what it's just kind of the thing.
Okay, so after it's legal, what is it going to be called?
I don't know. I think cannabis is making a comeback, but someone's going to have to make a new word. Yeah.
I think we'll leave that up to you, Susan. I think you might have to be an innovator of these new slangs.
I don't think I'm going to name it, but Health Canada does call its laws on legal cannabis, but does use marijuana in some of its descriptors, although it says marijuana is a slang name.
The entire story was also interesting, and there's more to come in your series.
Yeah, later this week, I'm going to look at what is in a name, what's in your weed. Turns out, you know, there are 100 fancy names of strains, but you can get Bubba Kush at one dispensary, and it bears little resemblance to Bubba Kush at another. That may have to change, so that's what's coming up.
Those words just roll off your tongue now. Let's take a quick preview of that.
Yeah, you know, it is like a wine, or it is like a whiskey, where you know, you have very different taste profiles, very different smell profiles, and very different effect profiles, which is, I think, the very interesting part about cannabis.
Tonight, Front Page Challenge welcomes in person Reverend Martin Luther King.
Dr. King, if you were in charge of rectifying this situation, what decisions would you make? How can we best rectify the whole problem of segregation?
Well, I think it will entail many forces working together. There isn't one answer or one force that will solve the problem. I think it means that the federal government will have to do a great deal in taking a positive, forthright stand. The moderates of the white South will have to become more courageous and positive in their stands, and liberals all over the country. And I think the church, religious organizations have a great deal to do in this period of transition. And the attitude of the Negro himself, he must be firm, he must work continuously for first-class citizenship, but certainly he must not use second-class methods to gain it. I think the methods are very important in thinking in terms of the end.
Well, what do you mean by second-class methods?
Well, I would think of violence as a second-class method. I would think of hatred as a second-class method. It seems to me that it is possible to move on toward the goal of justice with wise restraint and calm reasonableness, not compromising principles and never capitulating to the whims and caprices of the guardians of a deadening status quo, but at the same time maintaining a positive attitude of goodwill.
Dr. King, how long do you think it will be before the Negro in the southern states attains racial equality, social equality?
Well, I would have to make a distinction here between desegregation and integration. Now, on the question of desegregation, I think within 10 or 15 years we will achieve desegregation. We will break down the legal barriers in almost all areas, except in the most remote situations. Now, when we think in terms of integration, which is genuine intergroup, interpersonal living, that will take longer. I think, however, before the turn of the century, we will have moved a great deal toward an integrated society.
Do you believe, Dr. King, that racial and religious prejudice, generally speaking, feeds on ignorance?
Well, I think so. I think this is certainly...
Ignorance on both sides, I mean.
Pardon?
Ignorance on both sides.
Yes, I think so.
Dr. King, you mentioned the church's role in this. Some of the churches in the South are still segregated, aren't they?
Oh yes, by and large, the churches in the South are segregated.
How can they preach the Christian religion and segregate people? This must seem ironic to you as a minister yourself.
Yes, it is, but this is a perennial problem, this whole problem of the gulf or the gap between our profession and our practice.
Canadians are eating way too much salt, putting people at greater risk for heart disease and stroke, two of the leading causes of death in this country. That is the blunt new message from Health Canada. But as Christine Birak reports, the agency hasn't been able to do much about it.
And that's all we need for the entire day.
Just that? Just one teaspoon?
Just one teaspoon.
At least that's what's recommended for adults, but food scientist Joanne Arcon says most are eating more than double that amount and don't even realize it.
Most of our sodium is coming from packaged and prepared foods at the grocery stores.
Things like bread, sauces, soups, and deli meats. Researchers found 77% of the salt in our diets comes from processed food. Health Canada gave the food industry 4 years, beginning in 2012, to voluntarily reduce sodium in their products. The results are in. And they're disappointing. Almost half of the foods tested did not make any meaningful progress in reducing sodium. Just 14% met their target.
Or 22% of the daily value.
Arcon says governments have been talking about salt reduction since 2007.
It is time to question, do we need to consider having greater, more stringent approaches to sodium reduction? It's an excellent question to ask.
In Britain, the government phased in population-wide sodium reductions in all products beginning in 2003. Less than a decade later, deaths from heart disease and strokes dropped by well over a third. When asked if Health Canada would force food makers to lower their sodium content, the agency told us it will likely opt for product labels that identify foods with a lot of salt. Health Canada hopes the labels will encourage industry to reduce sodium in their products so that they don't have to put this kind of symbol on the front of their package. Adults aside, researchers found that almost all kids aged 4 to 8 are consuming too much sodium. Health Canada says it plans to crack down on the advertising of junk food to children. As for a timeline, maybe 2 more years. Christine Burak, CBC News, Toronto.
Now, Health Canada has also struggled to make headway on another food-related issue, trans fat. Even though a 1995 survey revealed that Canadians had some of the highest trans fat intakes in the world, it wasn't until 2002 that Health Canada even required it to be listed on labels. 4 years later, a group of health experts recommended a ban. But it took until last year for the federal government to finally announce a trans fat ban to take effect this coming September. That's 12 years since the original recommendation. We may have seen these wild pictures over the weekend. A car lodged into the second-floor window of a dentist's office in California. But now we have video showing what happened. The car hits the curb at high speed and becomes airborne for about 18 meters. And seconds later, you see that bus driving by. No one was seriously hurt, but the driver told police he had taken drugs. He's now facing charges. Stay with us.
CBC News brings you live coverage of the... But at first, women reporters were largely assigned to feature angles, as was Trina McQueen in 1967.
Well, I think I know just how Mrs. Diefenbaker feels because I'm wearing a wool dress too, and it's about 90 degrees down here. She's got a very attractive outfit on, sort of plum-colored, unfortunately, wool dress, and a hat with pink and plum stripes.
We've come a long way from then, and Trina's come one hell of a long way since she's now she's the director not only of news, but of news and current affairs.
Toronto police say they have
Jan Tennant became the first woman to anchor the National, and then women began to move into reporter ranks in a big way.
Right now, this village is...
Ann Medina covered the Middle East, and she was joined by an increasing number of other women correspondents who covered diplomatic hotspots in Baghdad, or London, or Moscow, or economic and scientific news, or politics. The World at 6. Out of newsrooms and studios across Canada, The World at 6 at night and The World Today in the morning lead a parade of about 400 radio newscasts produced every day to satisfy the increasing Canadian hunger for news. Whether heard on radio or seen on television, CBC News has come a long way in 50 years. Faces changed, styles changed, technology changed. But Dan MacArthur's objectives are unchanged. Trina McQueen has followed in his steps as the Director of News and Current Affairs for CBC TV.
I think one of the things that strikes me about television news and CBC News generally is that it is a continuity of ideas and principles and visions. In other words, the ideas that informed CBC News 50 years ago, the notion of its responsibility to cover its own communities, its notion of the importance of seeing Canada through its own eyes and seeing other countries through Canadians' eyes are still the principal notions that guide us now. The notion of fairness, the notion of balance, the notion of reaching out for all kinds of opinions, the notion of discussion and debate are a continuity that has lasted for 50 years.
All the way back to first CBC anchorman Charles Jennings and then Lorne Greene, there has been that continuity.
There are reports of a great naval battle.
Even as the face of the news has changed. The first TV anchorman was Larry Henderson.
You used to be that fighter, Tommy Ross, little dog. Never been knocked out in a fight before. I totally thought you'd be bigger and taller.
Tommy Ross could have walked away with the championship, but instead, he's just walked away.
What do you say, little dog, huh? Gonna come out of retirement? Gonna make a comeback? Rocky, Rocky, Rocky.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
Returning to the ring for his first time in 5 years.
Tommy, one more thing.
Tommy, little dog, Ross!
Warm up this winter with the best of CBC. Get the latest trends in arts, comedy, entertainment, and lifestyle sent directly to your favorite mobile device. Subscribe to the CBC newsletter today and make this winter way cooler. The Olympic Winter Games are coming to CBC, Canada's Olympic Network.
Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles says she, too, was sexually abused by a U.S. gymnastics doctor. She now joins a growing list of gymnasts who have accused Larry Nassar of sexual assault under the guise of medical treatment. Biles calls herself, a survivor, and in an online letter goes on to say, "It is not normal to receive any type of treatment from a trusted team physician and refer to it horrifyingly as the special treatment. I love the sport too much, and I've never been a quitter. I won't let one man and the others that enabled him to steal my love and joy." Nassar was sentenced to 60 years in prison last month on child pornography charges and will be sentenced on other alleged sexual misconduct this week. We're also tracking 2 volcanoes causing lots of problems in different parts of the world tonight. This one is in the Philippines. That lava flow you see started less than 24 hours ago. It's considered a gentle eruption for now, but scientists worry it could turn explosive, so the surrounding area has been evacuated. As of tonight, more than 12,000 people have reportedly fled. And the other is in Papua New Guinea, on a remote island north of the mainland. It started spewing ash last week, but the eruptions have become so violent, excuse me for my voice, this is brutal, that officials have since ordered people living on nearby islands to leave.
And let me jump in. In Hawaii tonight, officials say the employee who mistakenly sent out a public missile alert has been temporarily reassigned. People were thrown into a panic Saturday when they received phone alerts warning of an impending ballistic missile strike. The Hawaii Emergency Management Agency won't say what the employee's new role is, but we do know they will not have access to the warning system. An internal investigation is also underway.
Another benefit to 3 anchors. One loses their voice, there's 2 others. You've heard of hot yoga. What about freezing cold yoga? That's how a dozen brave souls in my hometown of Winnipeg chose to chill out. Frigid temperatures didn't stop these yogis from trying to catch their breath or seeing it. And that is our moment of the day.
We cater it to the weather, so today's actually pretty sweet. It's like -15. Okay, welcome to ice yoga. Take a deep breath in right here. Deep exhale.
I thought adventure. We're always looking for something new to try. And I thought, well, we'll give it a whirl.
And then turn your gaze downward, like you're looking into your coat pocket.
I know we both enjoy yoga.
And then come back through neutral.
I didn't think it was going to be this cold, though.
Our husbands think we're crazy.
I was surprised. I knew people in Winnipeg love winter. I didn't know we'd get the response that we got.
Now, because I'm from Winnipeg, I feel I can say that sometimes we like to show off about how we can survive in these kinds of temperatures, but this possibly may be taking it too far.
I will say, let me just check if I think my voice still works. It's pretty rough right now. Oh my gosh. But I can't keep them straight anymore. There are so many different kinds of yoga. I can't keep track.
Well, the only thing you have to keep track of, Andrew, is when you have a cold like yours, hot yoga might be a possibility.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do the cold
kidding.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the National for January 15th. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.